I'm trying to tell everybody this big storm is coming. Nobody was paying attention to me. But then I meet my ex again.
Welcome everyone to this gripping courtroom drama where the stakes couldn't be higher. Today we're diving into the case of Jaden, a young man whose cocky attitude and rebellious streak have landed him in hot water. Facing serious charges, Jaden stands before Judge West, a woman known for her no-nonsense approach and razor-sharp focus on justice. From the start, the courtroom air is thick with tension. Jaden's smirk tells a story of bravado, but the judge's stern gaze tells a very different one of accountability and the weight of consequences. The paperwork laid out reveals a troubling history. Multiple incident reports from the detention center highlighting disrespect and repeated misconduct. Judge West makes it crystal clear. This isn't just about paperwork or a plea deal. It's about respect, responsibility, and whether Jaden is ready to face the reality of his actions. The plea deal offered, 7 years deferred probation with conditions, could be his lifeline, but only if he's willing to change. One wrong move, one more incident, and that deal is off the table, replaced by a potential 20-year sentence behind bars. Now, here's where things get intense. The judge directly addresses Jaden, cutting through the bravado. She tells him if he wants probation, he has to prove it, even if it means weeks of silence and confinement. No more excuses, no blaming others. It's a wake-up call not just for Jaden, but for anyone watching who might think rebellion comes without price. So, what would you do in Jaden's place? Would you take the chance to reform, or risk everything to maintain a tough image in front of your peers? It's a powerful question about choices, consequences, and the harsh realities of the justice system. As the case progresses, one thing is clear. Judge West is not here to play games. She's here to uphold the law and make sure that respect and for authority is restored. Jaden's future depends on his next steps, whether he chooses the path of redemption or the long road behind bars. This case reminds us all how critical it is to understand that every action has a reaction, especially in the courtroom. For juveniles like Jaden, the window for change is narrow but real, but only if they're ready to own their mistakes and put in the work.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, so I'm getting to you very quickly because I know you're at work.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So how are things going?
It's going very good. I'm blessed right now. I finally got this other job that I've been wanting. This is my second week already.
Okay, and so you're still doing your meetings and doing everything you need to do to stay clean and sober?
Yes, ma'am. I've been doing 3 classes every week, once a week, and then I just got to go report with Ms. Galindo.
All right. So what type of work do you do?
Metal work right now. I'm in a warehouse. We're cutting sheet metal and all that, aluminum angles and all that for buildings.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Do not backslide because it's easy once you start meeting with people at work and they want to, hey, let's just go out for a drink. Once you start doing that, it's easy to backslide. So don't do that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And remember, if you need anything or you feel like probation is not addressing something with you, just let the court know. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I had a question. If you could help me out. I got hired through a temp service and they did a background check. I know I'm on deferred probation, but this company that I'm at doesn't hire felons, but the charge that I'm on still popped up. I don't know if there's like a letter they can get that stating that I'm still I'm on deferred probation, that I'm not a felon yet, a convicted felon.
Well, what you'll have to do is you'll have to get an attorney to do that. But if you want them to call into the court, yes, I'd be more than happy to tell them that you're on deferred adjudication, but that's all I will be able to tell them. I would not be able to advocate for you.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, because I think they hire you on like after 3 months. So after that, I'll be getting in touch with you.
Okay. All right. Keep up the good work. Do not backslide. Okay.
I will not, Ms. Boyd. I've been seeing you on TikTok a lot.
Oh, okay. I don't even, and it's so funny. I don't even know how to do TikTok, Instagram, or any of that. I guess I need to learn.
You're on there. I was like, what?
Okay. All right. Have a great day and be safe at work. I know dealing with that. Sometimes accidents happen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Because you know what? A guy told me he's an attorney, but he decided he didn't want to be an attorney anymore. He's a carpenter now.
Yes,
he lost one of his fingers. He said, you're not a carpenter until you lose at least one finger. So
ma'am.
don't be a carpenter. Just work with cheap metal, okay?
I won't, man. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
All right, you too. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, on this case, what are we here for?
Your Honor, originally we were going to do a compliance hearing back in, I believe it was December. We were opting to try to get his GPS monitor off. However, at this point, I don't think that that would be a good idea.
Okay.
Since December, there's been some mental health issues with Mr. Lampkin, and he's been in and out of treatment. So we just wanted to give the court an update on where he was and have a couple of things that we want to do.
Yes, Your Honor. We were originally scheduled for yesterday. I did announce to the court that he was in, if I may pretend to the court at San Antonio Behavioral. He did get that discharge information, Judge. According to his outpatient plan, I believe they're wanting coordination with Center for Healthcare Services to get him stabilized on potential case management services, Judge. I spoke with probation, and that's something that we're going to hopefully work towards, is to linking him up with Center for Healthcare, alleviate some of these concerns, and hopefully he won't have to be going to the Methodist or behavioral hospital on issues. But I'm glad that the court brought this issue to light, because it seems like he was having some issues, and I'm glad it's being brought here so we can squash out and see what we need to do to get him some help.
All right.
Your Honor, I would like to point out at this point in time, he is not being supervised by a mental health unit because he was in compliance with everything and we didn't know that there was an issue. So we would like to amend conditions for him to have an evaluation with our mental health unit. And as you know, they work hand in hand with the Center for Healthcare Services so that we can get him stabilized on his meds and be supervised the way that he should be.
We have no objection to that, Judge. The court.
And I would also ask, Your Honor, if you can impose that would happen as soon as possible.
All right, Mr. Lampkin, how are things going with you?
Good.
All right. So here's the thing. Whenever there are some issues that occur with you, talk to your probation officer. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can come into court. You understand?
No.
All right. Ms. Abrams, she's going to let you know how to contact your probation officer. But if there's a mental health issue, or if there's something you feel like that probation officer is not addressing, you can come into the courtroom.
I'll give you my information too, so you can contact.
And counsel, will you be able to stay on the case?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't mind staying on it just to assist him should any matters arise. And I'll give him and his family members here my contact info so they can always reach out to me too.
All right. And so we'll make sure you remain appointed on the case, and you can, I know that usually in Judge Carruthers Court, they have updates ever so often.
That's right.
And the attorney who's appointed get paid for those updates. I believe usually the payment is paid as a motion to revoke. So,
well, I'm with the public defender, so I don't have to, I get paid the same.
okay, awesome.
No worries.
So if we could, let's recall this case in 3 months to see how he's doing.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that time, if there are some issues that you have, you can let us know, but we'll bring you back in 3 months. And let me give you a date.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's put it for April 29th.
Yes, Your Honor. Sounds like a plan. We surely appreciate the court's time and for addressing this matter, Judge, and we're hoping he gets better.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna amend conditions. I'll ask that the MIC evaluation be expedited. We'll continue with the GPS, but once you're stabilized and everything is okay, your counsel can always come back for me to consider removal of the GPS.
Anytime.
Yes, he can come back, but I think it's probably best for him to just, in April, we can see how you're doing. And if everything is going well, I'll strongly consider removal of it. Do you understand? All right, is there anything else that you want to discuss, Mr. Lampkin? All right, how are things going now? Are you living with relatives? And how's that going?
Kind of wanted, so I kind of wanted to move back in on my own state.
Mhm. Well, you know what? And you can discuss that with your family members, but it's probably best that you stay with someone from now, just until everything is back on routine. The family for Lampkin, have they already left? Hi, is there anything you needed to let the court know?
Well, sure, if you wanna,
Oh, come forward. Because it's going to take a team effort to make sure he does well on probation.
I'm
Yes.
ex-military, so we got it pretty much under control on that.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could get, I know you already made a ruling on it. I was hoping Malik would have made a comment to you that if we could get a couple of hours extra on the monitor, because we're having to take him to all these different
Sure, can I see the file?
facilities, and we make sure that he's, charging it and everything. But we're just having a problem with the hours of 7 to 6, and I wanted Malik to tell you that because we're taking him to all these different doctor's appointments, and we have a new psychiatrist appointment down on Commerce Street, and so we're kind of like everybody's running ragged, taking, so if we could get a couple of extra hours.
Okay.
8 o'clock.
All right, why don't we do this? Probation, are you okay with his GPS partial and for medical appointments and mental health treatments? So what that would mean is whatever time his medical appointment is or mental health treatment is, he can go and you can take him. So by me just saying partial GPS for medical appointments and mental health treatments, they will know. If there is an issue, counsel, with pretrial services or probation that's monitoring this, you can just let the court know.
Yes.
Okay.
We're having to use all kinds of people to ferry him around,
Okay.
that's the main thing.
All right. Thank you for letting me know that. Thank you. Zach,
Yes, Judge.
I want to tell you about this relationship I was in.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it, Judge.
I was in this relationship with this guy, loved him and everything, but we ended up separating.
Okay.
And the reason why we separated is because I was into
What
my
a roller coaster
career.
of a hearing.
You know,
Let's break this
I
all down
couldn't be a
because there was a lot
meteorologist,
happening
but
here,
I could
and it's
try to
easy to
protect
get lost
people
in the
from
legal
different
twists and
storms,
turns.
right?
Okay.
First,
Ex
we saw
again.
the issue of attorney
And
withdrawal.
I said, look, we need your
Something
help.
that comes up
Can
more
you help
often than
us?
most people realize.
And guess what? We're
Here,
chasing
The
storms.
defense counsel asked to withdraw
And
because
this
the
big
client
twister
wasn't
is
satisfied
coming.
and had already stopped
Got
paying.
you.
But judges don't just rubber
We
stamp those
survived.
motions,
You did.
especially when a
But
case is
my
already dragged
problem
on with
was,
repeated delays.
in the back of my
The court needs
mind, I
stability,
always
and
remembered
switching lawyers last minute
the
could cause
twister
chaos for the entire
that
docket.
happened with my family.
That's why the judge pushed back, asking tough questions about who was really the attorney of record, how long they'd been on the case,
And you know,
and what discovery,
my
basically
sister,
the evidence, had been shared.
a house
This
fell on
wasn't
her.
just about one lawyer's
Is that right?
frustration. It was about
Yes, and some
accountability
girl
and making
comes
sure the
by.
client's
We didn't
constitutional
even
right
do
to effective
probate.
counsel
And guess what
didn't
she
get
does?
buried under
I can't
mismanagement.
imagine.
Some other lady comes
Notice
up
how
and
the
tells
judge
her, oh, you
emphasized
can take her
discovery
property.
access.
And she ends up taking
She
my
made it
sister's
clear.
red shoes.
If a law firm represents you, the whole firm is
That
on the
was,
hook,
wow, that
not
is,
just
we're
the
like
individual
layers deep
lawyer.
now, Judge.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a big deal
Working from
because
the chain
sometimes
that-
attorneys try to shift responsibility,
You never
saying,
seen Twisted.
that
That's
wasn't
okay.
me, it was my colleague.
Yeah.
The judge wasn't having it. She reminded them that discovery belongs to the firm, and she wasn't going to
No, we
allow
have
another
not.
continuance just because the defense claimed they didn't have access. This shows us how
No.
courts balance fairness with efficiency. The defense
Hello.
can't
Good
stall
morning, Judge.
indefinitely
Good
while the
morning.
defendant's future hangs
How
in the
are you?
balance.
This morning.
I'm
Then
doing
came the
great, but
issue
I'll
with
tell you what
pretrial
happened to
services.
me.
The defendant, only
yes,
21
please.
years old,
Okay. I
admitted to
went to
missing
this small
check-ins because
town,
he thought
and
reporting to his bondsman was
I'm just
enough.
going to this small
The judge
town
cut through that excuse
to get
fast.
something to eat.
A bondsman won't
Okay.
go to jail if you miss court.
Next thing
but the
I know,
defendant will.
they're trying to push me out of the
That moment
town,
was a
Okay. All right.
reality
I-
check,
and
not just for him, but for anyone watching.
they're trying to arrest me,
It
and they
highlights a
do
truth.
arrest me, and they throw
When
me
you're
in
under
jail.
court supervision, it's
Judge,
your
this was last
responsibility
night.
to keep
And
track
then
of
I'm
every
released,
requirement.
right?
Not your
And I
mom's,
take off
not your
running,
bondsman's,
and I'm in the
not
woods.
even your lawyer's.
And now they're coming
The judge's
after me.
patience was evident, but so
And
was her
guess what? They
warning.
call in my
Adulthood under the law
supervisors,
means
and they're like, "Hey,
accountability.
you don't know who you're dealing with."
Later, we saw another
they're
defendant facing a
saying,
criminal trial involving
What
a
you
debt.
call Hades,
The
she
judge
calls
set
home.
strict deadlines for discovery,
And then I
showing
made
once
it here.
again that preparation is everything in the justice system. And then, perhaps the most dramatic turn, the state itself moved to dismiss one case for further investigation. Think about that. After all the hearings, all the motions, all the back and forth, the prosecution essentially said, "We're not ready. We don't have what we need to pull back." That doesn't mean the case is gone forever. It could return. But for now, that defendant walked out with the weight of 5 to 99 years suddenly lifted off his shoulders. Can you imagine that feeling? Relief, fear, and uncertainty all at once. The bigger lesson here? Courtrooms run on details, deadlines, and discipline. Every missed deadline, every no-show, every miscommunication has ripple effects that could change someone's life forever. Whether it's a young man misunderstanding pretrial obligations or a lawyer fumbling discovery, or the state realizing its case isn't as strong as it thought, the judge's role is to keep the process fair but firm. And today, we saw exactly that in action. Now, I want to hear from you. What stood out the most? Was it the attorney's failed motion to withdraw, the judge's sharp lesson about responsibility, or the shocking dismissal at the end? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because these moments raise big questions about justice, accountability, and the power judges hold in shaping outcomes.
Judge
And
Rainbow,
you know
I
what?
mean Judge Boyd.
Yes, and they gave me a nickname.
That's great.